Hello guys, so I am back for coffee break. We have fries and we have a coffee. When I was actually going through the drive-through, I forgot my parents' donuts. My mum asked me to get her some donuts, the Millionaires ones, because we got them when we went to see my nan. And I forgot, obviously going through the drive-through, and I was like, I cannot join this queue again because it is crazy long. So I asked at the window, I was like, can you add this on to my order please? And they were like, yes, we can. And I was like, thank you, because I did not want to have to go round all over again. So that would have been interesting because it is a giant queue. They're queuing there's like the McDonald's that you obviously have the drive-through in, and then there's someone parking right behind me. How close does he want to get to me? I hate when people do that. Like I'm filming and now you can see him, he's right behind me. So yeah, I didn't want to go back again because there was about 30 people in the queue and it was taking forever. But I've got Cleo in the car, so I can't go in. So yeah, I had to wait in the drive-through, which was interesting. Got my toffee latte, so I'm very pleased about this. This is the one that I said in the first episode that I absolutely did not order and I was probably going to hate, and now I love it, so it's definitely great. Oh, hello. So embarrassing. He just pulled out from behind me and he was going so slow and he was like this. So yeah, he saw the giant camera because like I don't have a G7X, I have an M50, a Canon M50, so it is quite big, so it's very noticeable when you're vlogging in the car. Anyway, we're gonna get right into it because I've been going for way too long already. So we actually got some questions this week, like, yes, finally. So I had some people ask, it was a mixture. Someone put some on the YouTube video because I asked for questions, and then some other people commented on a Instagram story that I put up, and someone else sent me a message. So we have about 5 questions. I'm just watching all the people that could potentially park behind me. So we're just gonna get started. Yeah, it's all cake related, all business related, because I thought that might be interesting. So yeah, we're gonna go through them all. Oh, for God's sake, everyone is parking behind me. Every single friggin' person. I am going to move my camera, for starters. So yeah, right, BRB. So guys, this is the angle that we have today. You're balanced on like the bit in between the steering wheel and the dash. Basically, I've just moved to a car park and I've picked, it's a Tesco's car park, and I've picked the only one, like the only day that all the learners seem to be out. So I literally have learners doing circles around me. I'm parked, but like they're doing like parallel parking and stuff in the spaces and like bay parking. So I've just got learners going around me, so I can't have you on my dash because it's physically, you know, embarrassing to me. I can't deal with it, you know what I'm like. So we are going to get right into it, but you just have to deal with the fact that you've literally only got a view of my head, and there's some like teenagers in cars behind me, even though I'm a teenager, but not really, not anymore. I'm like 21, but still, there's some youths behind me, a few like bays back, and they're like racing around Tesco's car park. Like they keep driving out of the bay, racing round, and then going back into the same bay, and it's like, is that your Sunday, you know? Like, you need some other plans, I think. But anyway, now we're gonna get right into it, even though I said we were before, but people kept parking behind me. So the first question is, what is it like to be your own boss? I absolutely love it. I don't have a problem with managers. I don't mind like part-time job managers. They've always been like fine. But when most of my managers have been fine, but there's been a few where, you know, I just prefer to have my own schedule, and like I know how I want things done, whereas like, you know, in certain jobs you've had to figure out for yourself. Like, you know, there was training, but there was things that you had to figure out yourself, which like you should have been shown. And also I control my workload. So like, you know, if I want to make more money that month, I'll take on more cake orders and like work myself to death, but that's my choice. Or I can choose to have a very like lazy week where I only have a few orders and I get more free time. So it's nice to be able to choose my hours and everything, because, you know, most of my like accounting jobs have just been like way too much workload for the hours and the pay, whereas I'm doing something I enjoy, and if I want to work more hours then I decide, because obviously I get all the money from it. I'm not being like paid by someone else. So yeah, it is different, but I do like it. I much prefer to be my own boss, and you can also set your own goals of where you want the business to go, which, you know, if you're working for someone, you don't have a say in anything that goes on with the business, so it's just nice to be able to control everything. Yeah, and it's nice to work from home because, like, I have Cleo, and even though, you know, people have dogs and they go out and all of that and they leave them at home while they're at work, I do notice that the time that I've been at home, not when I was working in my accountancy job because I was working like 40 hours a week, but actually baking from home, because there's more like breaks in between where, like, if stuff's in the oven then I'll go and see Cleo or I'll go and walk her, whereas I couldn't do that when I was like sat down at a desk for 9 hours. So it's nice, and like she's behaving way better, like she doesn't act up, she gets way more like walks and stuff, and it's just nice to see, like, if you own a dog you'll know what I'm on about, but like if you're out for, like, say you're up for 12 hours of the day or 15 and you're out at work for 9 hours of that, you have very little time with your pets. And yeah, I think it just makes a difference, especially with her. Other dogs may be different, like other breeds, but with her she is way better behaved since I've been like running my cake business from home, like so better behaved. When I was at work she used to always act up in the evening and like crave attention because she hadn't seen me all day, whereas now she doesn't need to do that because she sees me all the time. She does this thing, I'll see if I can get it on video and input it, but she does this thing with her paws where when she wants something she'll just go like this and like tap, and it's because she's literally staring at my chips and she's like, you haven't eaten one in a couple of minutes, do you want to eat one and then give one to me? I'm giving her all the soggy ones because I don't like the soggy ones. Oh, you just did it when I turned the camera off. She did it. Yeah, I'll insert that, but I'll give you the soggy one. So yeah, that is what it's like being my own boss. I really like it. Own hours, own workload, and yeah, you get a say in everything, so it's just really nice. You can pick your own holidays. It's great. So that is that one. Then someone said top 3 kitchen essentials. They said food or equipment, but I don't know what food would be an essential. So I'm gonna do equipment. Number 1, like, some people are probably gonna hate me for saying this because, you know, like KitchenAid, everything, but my number 1 is KitchenAid. I love my mixer, like, to death. It is the best, like, £450 I spent. I think it may have been, I think I got like a discount because there was an offer on a curries when I got it. I think it's usually like $4.89, but it's just the best thing. I think it depends, like if you bake a lot then you'll notice, but if you don't bake a lot then you won't mind not having something as expensive. I probably would have got something less expensive, but I don't want to pay £100 for something and then it kills over in a couple of months, because that's £100 that I could have spent towards the KitchenAid. So then I'm £100 down, rather than getting the KitchenAid and it lasts me like, you know, 10 years. All the reviews I've seen, everyone says that they last years and years, and all the attachments I really like, because when I eventually have my own house I want to get like the pasta maker. You can get a mince maker, obviously I would do it with vegan mince, but you can get all these attachments that go on. So yeah, and where are you going? So yeah, I want to get some of those attachments, And I've got another thing I'd recommend, number 2, another KitchenAid thing, is the paddle with the silicone edge. So the silicone edge is kind of like a spatula, if you know what that is. I'll insert it. But it basically means that they're beeping. The people behind me keep beeping. The U's keep beeping. Yeah, you can scrape the edge of the bowl, and even if you don't scrape the edge of the bowl, because I use a separate spatula anyway, because I don't like to get, like, I want to clean the paddle. I don't want to make it more dirty by scraping the bowl. So I think that it gets closer to the edge because it's got that silicone like ridge, so it means it gets closer to the edge of the bowl, and then there's virtually nothing around the edges when you're mixing, which is always great. I told you. Did you hear that? He just pulled out. He does a little beep when he pulls out, and then he just whizzed round the car park and sped back behind me and straight in the same car parking space. Like, what are you doing? And it's a Golf. I feel like all youths, like boy racer youths, drive a Golf. If that's you, comment down below, because I want to know if I'm right, but I'm pretty sure that I am right. I feel like they're just going to walk up to me and just be like, what are you doing? Because I've been sat here and... Oh, now the Fiesta's being raced around. It's not as nice as the Golf, if I'm honest, but, you know, it's fine. So, my third thing... This is really hard. I don't actually know what this is. Let me have a little think. I'll cut it because I'll probably be ages. Let me have a think. They are literally skidding. Like, they curved and were like really close to the bonnet of my car, and then his mate was like, and it's because he nearly scraped my car, but he's like racing around, like skidding. He's really annoying me. That's what he's doing. And now he's doing donuts in the car park, like... If he goes into my car, we're gonna have some really bad issues, you know? Now he's reversing back into the bay because he's done doing friggin' donuts. Right, so number 3, I think, has to be, stop revving, like they're really annoying me. It has to be my Finch Bakery scraper. After lots of thinking, I've realised what it is. It's that. So I've got one that does small stripes and just smooth, which is just a straight edge, but you can get ones that are scalloped. You can get a bigger stripe. There's so many. They're literally just switching cars. Like, they just keep switching cars and like speeding around. I don't understand the point of it. But yeah, so that would be my third one. Love Finch Bakery scrapers. Then there's 2 baking related ones. Actually, no, I think this is 3 questions. So, are you doing the job you thought you would do, say, from 5 years ago? So, when I was working at the council, which was like when I was like 17, 18, I wanted my own business, but I just didn't know what it was. So I would say that I am, in a way, because I wanted to be my own boss. I just didn't know what I was going to be doing. And then I've always baked, because like when I was vegan, I used to bake vegan cakes all the time, and like I used to take stuff into work, like various jobs. I used to like take in cakes for like Macmillan Day and stuff. So I've always been like a baker. I just never did much of the decorating. So I do like Victoria sponges or like chocolate cake where you just like ganache the whole thing, and it doesn't necessarily have to be particularly smooth, and then just put some fruit on the top. Like, it wasn't ever like drip cakes and that kind of thing, But I actually love the decorating. I think that's probably my favourite part. And the baking's pretty quick. Like I seem to have got it down. Like the baking sometimes can take me, like with all the mixing and the actual baking, which when it's in the oven I can go away and do something else, is about 45 minutes. So then once that's out the oven, it's got half an hour or so to cool, depending how big the cake is, I think. And then, yeah, and then I can start decorating. So average is about 3 hours for a cake. Yeah, but that can change. Oh, and they're back. They've just done a little speed around. So yes, that is, I think I am doing what I wanted to do 5 years ago, being my own boss. Best thing. Even though I do have a part-time job, but like I feel like because it's part-time, the boss is different because it's 9 hours. Like they know it's a side job. They know that I have the baking business, and I mean half of them want cakes. But yeah, they know I've got the baking business, so they know that's my priority. So they also know that that's just a part-time thing as like extra money, but they're not like a normal manager, I feel like. They're just, you know, get the job done and that's it. And they can't really increase the workload like in an accountancy job, because you literally clean the kitchen, serve people, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah. So the next one is, are you going to expand your business? I would like to. It just depends with the whole COVID thing. Obviously not at the moment, but I would love to have my own like shop. But that would be a whole new board game, because it's having employees and a shop. It wouldn't just be like a one-man band in a shop, because I would be baking cakes as well. So I want to have a shop where you have like just a stock every day of like brownies, cupcakes in loads of different flavours, but it's just whether I can do that. So I'm not really sure. And like I say, with COVID, I don't know if that would be a good idea, because I feel like I've been lucky, because I can work from home with like no contact and like carry on doing that, whereas obviously if you have a shop, some of them had to close during lockdown, which again you're like paying rent for something that's closed. So I feel like at the moment it's not a good idea for me to open, like obviously I don't have the money, but I mean in the next year or so it wouldn't be a good idea to think about opening a shop. I feel like I need probably about 5 years before I start thinking about that, and obviously for COVID to completely go or get a vaccine, you know, so I feel like I can't think about that right now. But yeah, at the moment it's just a one-man band. And do you have any other job goals? Mainly to be able to move out, so to earn enough to like save a deposit to move out, which is partly why I got the other job as well, because you know any money is extra money, and I feel like the care home job, it's good enough pay for the hours. Like 9 hours a week is so little. I can do so much with the rest of my time, and I'm earning, you know, like it's probably TMI, but like another £400 just for doing 9 hours. So I feel like because my cakes pays my bills, then it means that that like 400 extra can be saved every single month, which over a year, that's what, I don't know, 6,000 roughly, and that's without anything else. Whereas like if I earn especially well from the cakes 1 month, I can put that away as well. So yeah, it just gives plenty of savings, which is what I want. I want maybe like 2 years of saving. So maybe, what would that be, 2021 and 2022 of saving, and then that means that when I'm 24, I'm 22, 23, so it means like between 23 and 24 years old I might be able to move out. We'll see. But yeah, you know, things change. Obviously we didn't expect COVID, so you never know. But that is my goal, to just be earning enough to save more of a deposit for a house and be able to not eventually do the care home job. But I think I'll probably be there for maybe like a year, because even when I am busy, like this weekend I had 6 orders. I was up till 2 a.m. on Friday night and 1 a.m. last night doing those orders, and I'm still going to the care home and doing my 4 till 7, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So when I'm staying up till 2 a.m. and then I have to get up, do cakes, and then like go to work in the evening again, and then come back, do cakes, because it's a standing up job as well. Even though it's only 3 hours standing up, washing up and like mopping and stuff is quite like strenuous, as well as doing the cakes. So if I'm doing that at the moment, I think I could probably do it even when I'm busy. So we'll see, but I want to stay there for maybe like a year to get some good savings, and then if I'm busier, and I also want to get more like wedding bookings. I've got one booking which is for 2022, which is ages away, and then yeah, that's my first wedding booking, which, considering I got it in the first 3 months, I'd only been going 3 months, I thought that was pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with that. So that was the last question, and I completely forgot about my coffee, so that's behind me. But I finished my chips, so Cleo's not as happy about that as I am. But so yeah, we're gonna head off. So I hope this was interesting, a little bit of business chat. I will insert a little montage at the end of the cakes that I did so far. I've only done 4 orders, but there's about like 7 boxes of stuff, and then I've got 2 more for Monday. But obviously I won't do those by the time this video goes up, so yeah, you can see some of my bakes this week, and then the others maybe I'll put in next week's video, so you get to see what I made. But yeah, I hope you found this interesting, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I'm gonna go home, chill out for a bit, edit this video, and then I have work at 4, so I will be back. They keep beeping, it's really peeing me off, so I'm glad that I'm leaving now. So I will see you in the next one. I hope you didn't mind this angle, because it is terrible, but everyone driving past hasn't been able to tell that I'm filming, so that's good. So yeah, bye, see you next week.